You are standing in front of the mirror. The shower steam is still fading on the glass. You're getting ready for an event, a dinner, a party, a reunion that starts in 2 hours, and you feel a distinct, heavy weight in the center of your chest. You check your phone, secretly hoping for a cancellation text that never comes. Your body is screaming no, but your hands are buttoning the shirt, applying the makeup, finding the keys. You are preparing to go somewhere you despise, to be with people who drain you, to perform a version of yourself that feels like an ill-fitting costume. This is what psychologists call anticipatory anxiety, but you probably just call it Saturday night. And if you are over 45, you might have spent decades overriding this signal. But the body keeps the score. And the price of admission isn't just the ticket or the gift. It is your energy. It is your peace. Have you ever found yourself praying for a valid excuse to back out of a commitment you freely made? If you have, comment below with the word guilty. Because if you are watching this, you are likely a person of high integrity who has somehow learned that betraying yourself is more acceptable than disappointing a stranger. If you identify with the exhaustion that comes from a lifetime of social performance, subscribe now. We don't just talk about psychology here, we validate the reality of mature adults who are ready to stop performing and start living. To understand why we do this, we have to look past the surface level of politeness. Psychologically, the act of forcing yourself into social situations that trigger dread is often rooted in a primitive survival mechanism known as social compliance. But there is a modern dysfunction at play here too, cognitive dissonance. You value your peace, yet you are driving toward chaos. You value authenticity, yet you are preparing to fake a smile for 4 hours. You are fighting your own fight-or-flight response just to eat lukewarm appetizers with people you haven't connected with in 20 years. There are 4 types of people who betray themselves this way, and each one reveals the exact price you have been paying for decades. Let's see which one finally explains your dread. The first type is the obligated. If you are this type, your attendance is driven by a rigid internal script regarding duty. You don't go to the family barbecue because you enjoy it. You go because that's what sons do, or that's what a good sister does. The obligated person suffers from role enmeshment, when your identity is so wrapped up in your function within a group that you cannot separate your desire from your duty. You tell yourself, if I don't go, the whole thing falls apart. But listen closely. Tradition is not a suicide pact, and obligation is not love. When you attend out of pure obligation, you are bringing your body, but you are leaving your spirit at home. The people there didn't get you. They got a cardboard cutout of you that nods politely and checks the clock. You are paying a tax to a system that doesn't refund your energy. The second type is the FOMO Sufferer. For adults over 45, this is rarely about missing a wild party. It is about the terrifying prospect of irrelevance. This is driven by social exclusion anxiety. As we age, our circles naturally shrink. But for the FOMO sufferer, this shrinking feels like a death sentence. You drag yourself to the industry mixer or the neighborhood gathering because deep down a voice whispers, "If I am not seen, I do not exist." You are collecting invites like insurance policies against loneliness. You arrive at the event, and immediately the reality sets in. The music is too loud. The conversations are superficial. You find yourself nodding at stories you don't care about, straining to hear over the noise, checking your watch under the table. You are physically present, but emotionally starved. You realize that being alone in your living room is peaceful, but being alone in a crowded room is torture. Yet you keep going back. You fear that if you stop showing up, the phone will stop ringing entirely. But here is the hard truth. You cannot cure an internal void with external noise. A crowded room is the loneliest place on earth when you have to perform to be there. You are trading your sanctuary for a spotlight that doesn't even shine on the real you. If this specific fear of being forgotten touched a nerve, share this video now. Someone in your circle needs permission to stop running from the silence. The third type is the people pleaser. This is the most exhausting category. You don't go for the event, you go to manage the emotions of the host. You are engaging in a trauma response known as fawning, merging with the needs of others to ensure your own safety. Somewhere in your history, you learned that saying no resulted in conflict or withdrawal of affection. So you attend to keep the peace. You are hyper-vigilant, scanning the room to make sure everyone else is having a good time while your own battery drains into the red. You are setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. But realize this: you are not responsible for regulating other people's disappointment. If your no destroys the relationship, it wasn't a relationship, it was a hostage situation. True connection can survive a declined invitation. Your distinctness is not a defect, and your boundaries are not an attack on their happiness. They are the perimeter of your sanity. The fourth type is the guilt-driven. This type is the victim of the yes they said 3 weeks ago. You operate under the sunk cost fallacy. Because you promised to go when you had energy on the 1st of the month, you feel legally bound to go on the 21st, even though you are exhausted. You view inconsistency as a moral failing, but psychology tells us that human needs are dynamic, not static. The guilt you feel is a misfiring of your empathy. You are empathetic to everyone's time except your own. You are honoring a past version of yourself, the one who said yes, at the expense of the present version of yourself, the one who needs rest. Consistency at the cost of your health isn't reliability. It is self-abuse disguised as character. So which type are you? Or maybe you are all four at different times. Comment below not just your type, but the last event you forced yourself to attend. What was the cost? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to finally say no. And if this video helped lower your shoulders even an inch, share it. Subscribe if you want to build a life based on choice, not compulsion. We validate your need for rest. We remind you that your presence is a gift, not a debt. And gifts are only meaningful when given freely. Stop negotiating your peace. Stop apologizing for your limits. Your time is the only currency you cannot earn back. Spend it on what makes you feel alive, not what makes you feel polite.